Bauchi State remains one of the political significant states of northern Nigeria with growing concerns around infrastructure, youth unemployment, insecurity, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Citizens continue to demand more accountability from political leaders. Political parties are also intensifying grassroots consultation as discussion around future elections gradually gathers momentum. Stakeholders believe this next political phase in the state may be determined by governance, performance, coalition building, and voters' turnout among young people. Political observers say the strong party structure and alliance may determine future outcome in Bauchi state's politics. Recently, there have been conversations around defections, coalition talks, and internal party disagreements across political camps in Nigeria. As political activities gradually build momentum, many observers believe Bauchi State may witness intense political engagement in the coming months. So looking at it now from this angle, we all know what's happening. Bauchi State used to be a PDP state where we saw the current governor, who is Bala Mohammed, who was a very strong member of the People's Democratic Party. During the wave of defection across all of the 36 states and the FCT, a lot of persons looked and thought that the governor of Bauchi State, talking about Bala Mohammed, was going to defect to the All Progressive Congress. Shockingly, that did not happen. People saw him create his own party, APM, and he also chosen some individuals, young individuals, who will be joining and who will, he looks to see as those who will take over from him when he's out of office. So we'll be having conversation around his performance during, still a governor. We'll be talking about his performance in terms of governorship, leadership, infrastructure development, and a whole lot of other activities that a governor or a leader needs to do for his people. And then why again did he single-handedly pick out these individuals to succeed him? Some individuals have actually highlighted the fact that he is very focused on youth involvement in governance. That is what we are also seeing, and persons have also said that that is the major reason why he picked out a couple of young individuals who would run under the flagship of his party and also continue the good work he has been doing. But we will find out, we'll hear from our guests who would help us x-ray and bring to more light the conversation around Bauchi State politics, what the governor has done, and how he looks to continue this tenure after picking up people that he would that would succeed him in the coming election. Now, another question is being asked: does the party, which was just created a couple of months ago, does it have the depth to structure to be able to run for an election and have the mandate of the people? While we're seeing the opposition gaining momentum in the states, that's talking about the APC, gaining momentum into the state and also housing members who has the capacity to also unseat the governor and also probably win in the ballot when the time comes. We'll be finding all of these things out, and then we'll be doing that shortly after this break. Stay with us. When I return back, I'll be introducing my guest. My name is Samuel Odi, and this is Discourse. Many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is a Discourse. We're about to get right into the conversation. Now, to introduce my guest, help us understand all of the situation around Bauchi state politics, Governor Bala Mohammed has been doing, and why he picked out a set of young individuals to run as a governor and deputy governor of the state to success him after everything that he has done. We would be finding this out, and his large scale of having youths solely involved in the activities that happens in the state. To join me have this conversation is Farouk Abdulrazak. Farouk Abdulrazak is a youth advocate and also a PRO from APM, that's the party from Bauchi State. Farouk is joining me all the way from Bauchi State. Farouk, good afternoon and thank you for joining on Discuss.
Good afternoon, Samuel Odi. Thank you for hosting me today.
All right, it's great seeing you in person, though digitally, but it's still great seeing you on the screen. Thank you so much for joining on today's edition.
Thank you so much for having me. Great to have you again.
All right, let's get right into the action because this is an election year is upon us. We need to talk so much governance and leadership to start. You are someone who is very close to this current administration in Bauchi State. I would like you to give us a first-hand information on how would assess the current administration's performance in Bauchi State.
Okay. First of all, even though my guest, my host introduced me, my name is Honorable Farouk Abdrazak, and as my host says, I'm a youth advocate from Bauchi State. I'm also locally, because of the inclusive nature or inclusive administration of His Excellency Senator Abdullah Abdulkadir Mohammed Kauram Bauchi, to bring youth into governance, not just only into governance, but into party politics. I have also had the privilege and opportunity to emerge as the PRO of the APM, that is the new political party that His Excellency Senator Abdullah Abdulkadir Mohammed joined, that is the Allied People Movement. So it is a pleasure for me to come from Bauchi, and also not just to come from Bauchi, to work under one of our pioneers and visionary leader, not just in Bauchi State, but in Nigeria as well. The focus of His Excellency Senator Abdullah Abdulkadir Mohammed administration since his election 2019 to date, he came up with a blueprint, My Bauchi Project. My Bauchi Project 1, My Bauchi Project 2. My Bauchi Project 1 is about his first tenure, that is 2019 to 2033. And when he got re-election at the 2023 general election, then he continued with his plan and with his master plan, which is My Bauchi Project 2. So My Bauchi Project, in just a brief or in a nutshell, it encompasses His Excellency's plan, master strategies to develop Bauchi, to actualize modern Bauchi state, or to deliver good governance or quality leadership to his people or to the great people of Bauchi state in general. My Bauchi project, it encompasses boosting or improving agriculture, improving healthcare, improving quality education, improving the welfare and the well-being of Bauchi State citizens, delivering infrastructure, and as well as making Bauchi to be one of the most popular and peaceful state in Nigeria, as well as making effort to see that Bauchi become tough among the internally generated revenue in Nigeria through boosting our investment and GDP here in Bauchi State, that is internal revenue generation. So these are key highlights of His Excellency's Bala Mohammed administration, which are part of his master plan, which is My Bauchi Project 1 and 2.
Looking at it from those angles now, that means he came into office with strategies and plans on how to, improve the welfare of the people of Bauchi State in terms of developmental aids and also tagging them projects, which is interesting to see. But looking at this from those angles now, what do you consider the biggest achievement of this government that's talking about your principal, Governor Bala Mohammed, since 2019 till date that he has been in office? Has there been a significant rise in terms of revenue generation within the state? And how has unemployment been so far for the citizens and non-citizens that live in Bauchi State, but generally Nigerians that live in Bauchi State? How has his government improved the way of life of these individuals?
Okay, Mr. Samuel, I will glad and happy to tell you that His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Kadir Muhammad, his administration impacted positively in the life of Bauchi State citizens. You know, one of the core or primary responsibilities of government is ensuring peace and security of its citizens, in which I believe you will bear with me and everyone, even those outside from Bauchi State, will bear with me that Bauchi, if not the most peaceful state in Nigeria, but is among the most peaceful state in Nigeria, because our people are doing their businesses, our people are going with their daily activities normal, without threat to insecurity, without threat to kidnapping, without threat to banditry. Even with the recent threat of insecurity in Bauchi State, you can see how His Excellency make effort to curtail that insecurity, in which it begins to happen in his own local government, not just his local government, in his own district. Bala Mohammed is from Al Galeri local government, from Duguri Guana district. And these are recent insecurity that try to make a threat in Bauchi State. It happens around this district, around Duguri Guana district. So Bala Mohammed, sincerely speaking, make a great effort in collaboration with security agencies, in collaboration with the federal government, in collaboration with the local hunters and our traditional leaders in Bauchi State, and he succeeded in curtailing that insecurity, in which before the at the beginning of this period of insecurity in that area, a lot of people dispersed and left their homes. They left their homes. They become refugees, settle in around Gombe State, one local government called Kantungo, where they share border with Alkaleri local government. And Balama may be visited there with security personnel and then make promise to curtail this insecurity, and he succeeded in doing that. And not just in that aspect, and in the aspect of impacting or making the life of Bauchi State people more important. Bala Mohammed Abdul Kadir, he initiated a lot of policies, a lot of projects. A project like in his first tenure, Bala Mohammed launched Kauram Bauchi Economic and Empowerment Program. This Kauram Bauchi Economic and Empowerment Program is a program that focuses in improving the welfare and the well-being of Bauchi State people, distributing 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 motors, distributing motorcycle, distributing tricycles, distributing agricultural products like fertilizer, herbicide, and insecticides, giving incentives, providing uh, grant to business owners, especially small scale business owners, men and women in their various home or in their various market. So these are one of his initiative. These are one of his legacies that truly impacted the life of people of Bauchi State. And in the aspect of saying that, how did he improve the internal general revenue of Bauchi State? You can bear with me. Just recently, I think around around December, Bola Mohammed convey Bauchi State Investment Summit. In fact, the maiden Bauchi State Investment Summit and one of the largest investment summit in Nigeria. This investment summit that Bola Mohammed held in Bauchi State, it attracted about 47 memorandum of understanding signed with both local and international and foreign investors. 47 memorandum of understanding signed, and in almost all sectors, in mining, in agriculture, in youth development, in sport, in almost all the sectors. And not just securing this memorandum of understanding, but Bala Mohammed, through this Bauchi State Investment Summit, to he was able to secure an investment rate of $19 million, which is equivalent to 5.2 trillion. Bola Mohammed secured this. So you see, these are some of his strategy, and these are some of his plan and initiative that truly improve or boost Bauchi State internal revenue generation, and also through this, he impacted the life of Bauchi State people.
Many residents still in Bauchi State has some bit of complaining to do about infrastructure deficits. So you mentioned a couple of initiatives that His Excellency Bala Mohammed had created and what he has been able to do, but some persons are complaining. Do you think they are being foiled by the opposition party because an election year is upon us? They are complaining about the fact that the governor is not working. So what can you say in line with that?
Mr. Samuel, it's not that I think people that those residents of Bauchi State that are complaining with the government of Bauchi State under His Excellency Senator Bola Abdulkadir Mohammed Kauran Bauchi, they are truly and purely fueled by the opposition. But if if you met a sincere, a patriotic citizen of Bauchi State, I tell you today that he will not complain about infrastructure, because I'm telling you this for free, and I'm confident and proud to tell you that His Excellency Senator Abdul Qadir Mohammed executed over 1,000 road constructions. Over 1,000 road construction, I repeat. And this over 1,000 road construction, it doesn't only happen within the Bauchi city metropolis, but these are road construction all over the state, all over the local governments, all over the 20 local government in Bauchi State, all over the district and pledges of Bauchi State. Like in my own case, in my own local government, I came from to the local government. I will tell you for free that it was during His Excellency Senator Abdul Qadir Mohammed administration, from his first tenure 2019 to 2023, and from 2023 to date, he executed, and also he commenced road construction, over 5 road construction in my own local government, including one abandoned local government by the previous government, by the previous APC government, in which His Excellency Senator Bola Mohammed Al-Qadir overthrown that government to emerge as the executive governor of Bauchi State. So road construction is not something, or infrastructure is something that His Excellency Governor Bola Abdul Qadir Mohammed achieved in Bauchi State, and all the well-meaning citizens of Bauchi State are proud about that. Before Bauchi State, we don't have flyover. Even the oppositions are saying that flyover are not an achievement. But to an upcoming or rising state like us, trying to develop its infrastructure, flyover is an achievement to Bauchi State. We don't have any, and now Governor Bala Mohammed executed, almost nearing conclusion, that particular flyover I'm telling you about. And these are some of the urban master plan that attract investors. both foreign and local, not just to talk of modernizing the state or easing transportation within the state metropolis. It didn't just ended here. Today in Bauchi, or today in Nigeria, Bauchi state has the most beautiful government house in Nigeria. You can see, I know you are a media man, you can bear me witness, you can search, you know how you do your searching, you can search and see and compare with any government house in Nigeria. Governor Bala Mohammed spent about 7 point something trillion to upgrade and renew our own government house. Today, Bauchi State government house, when you see it, it is just like a section in the Bila, or it is just like a Bila. In fact, the architectural design, especially the governor's office or the banquet hall, is similar to Bila. It's similar to Asorok. So you see, these are some of his infrastructural achievement and legacies. These are just to mention few, but in terms of road construction, I'm telling you, as I said, in my local government, we have about 5 road construction. He constructed roads from Ganye, Dokayal to Bakin Kogi. People from Bauchi State, if they are opportune to see my interview, they will bear me witness. He also executed road construction from Magama Gumau to Gumau town to Rahama, from Rishi to Tulu, from Giljaule to Lame, Remunzaya bypass, Nabaroda bypass, Tashan Durimi, Mararavan Liman Katagum road. So these are just to mention few. In fact, my own village, my own parental village, Remunzayam to Das local government, linking my village to another local government. And these are abandoned roads, and these are neglected roads, and that require government attention. And Alhamdulillah, it has gotten that attention from our patriotic and selfless leader, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed. So these are some of his impact through infrastructure.
All right. Since we've settled the aspect of infrastructure and you have proofs, because from the way you sound as if you know exactly what you're saying with points and also highlighting locations that individuals can go research. Aside from me, most definitely I'll make my researches, but aside from me, other people would also take out everything you've said to go look out for themselves to see that, yes, His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed is actually, fulfilling what he promised the people from 2019 during his campaign era to date. So we'll see how all of that pans out. But there's something again that you mentioned, which is something we are hoping that is yielding proper revenue for the state, which is around agriculture. Earlier in your statement, you said the governor provided a tricycle, motorbikes, cabs, and as well as agricultural materials. In terms of farming now, the rainy season is upon us. How do you think that those materials and equipment that has been supplied for the people, how do you think it's going to trickle down to the common man and also expand globally to the entire nation in terms of providing food for the country? Because Bauchi State, we all know, is blessed with vast land. So in terms of agriculture, how is this administration of Bala Mohammed helping, the farmers and also providing them security, because a whole lot of insecurity activities and criminalities happen in the rural communities. So aside from providing them with fertilizers, how other means are being provided to protect those people that would be going to farm?
Okay. As I speak earlier, I told you how Governor Bala Mohammed succeeded in making Bauchi one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. So you can come to Bauchi, and anybody that knows Bauchi can bear me witness. In fact, I'm a farmer too. Truly. I'm a farmer too. And we do go our farms without any fear or threat to insecurity. We are living peacefully, we are living happily, and we enjoy going to our farm and daily businesses. And another way that His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, his legacies or his achievement of distributing farms farms machineries, farm equipments, or farming equipment to farmers. He did not just distributed farming equipment to farmers, like you said, or like I said, fertilizers, insecticides, herbicides, giving long or even grant to farmers for farmers to be able to farm. One major aspect His Excellency Notable Abdul Qadir Mohammed focus is his ability to come up with different programs, especially training programs initiative to our farmers. From 2019 to date, His Excellency trained over 4,000 farmers in Bauchi State with modern techniques or with modern farming expertise in order to develop their farming skills and strategies for them to be able to achieve their farming goals or objectives. Governor, in fact, I'm also a beneficiary of this initiative. Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, each particular year from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 23, 25, today we are in 26. Each and every places of these years, Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed sent youth, sent farmers to a particular school around KP, around Abuja KP called ISS. This school a school that based in farming modern training techniques and delivering skills to young farmers. So Governor Bala Muhammad through ISS farming training, and this farming training is both rearing and farming. So it trained about over 4,000 youth and farmers in Bauchi State. And it is not just training these farmers. I'm telling you, if you go through this training, you have your feeding, you have your allowance, you have your equipment, you have everything that is needed for you to develop your farming skills. And after this, after you finish, I think is it 4 weeks? Is 4 weeks training initiative. After you spend your 4 weeks, you will come back to Bauchi. We used to go in batches. You will come back to Bauchi, and when you come back to Bauchi through the Ministry of Agriculture, each trainee will receive over 500,000 support for him to boost his farming initiatives and develop his farming. So these are some of his initiatives besides the farming equipment distribution.
Okay, those angles are settled and not totally settled. We'll still find out. But looking at it, you're saying you're one of the beneficiaries. How has that activities helped you personally now as someone who benefited from that initiative and that training program? How has it benefited you personally and people around you? After the training, have you been able to like go into farming? Like you said, you're a farmer. Have you been able to employ other people that would help and also reduce the rate of unemployment within your state?
So, like I said, I'm one of the beneficiary of His Excellency Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed agricultural training initiatives. Before I got exposed to this training, in fact, I used to farm, but not that serious about farming. But when I have this training, I change my mind. In fact, as I speak to you today, before I don't have a plot of land belonging to me and for the purpose of farming. Today, I use my own personal money, not just my own personal money, my personal
Yes,
money that I have
Farouk, I know
gotten
you're
from
about
farming.
giving us insight of what been happening since you graduated from that training program, but you hold that thought. We'll go on a very quick break, and then when we return back, we'll get your thought on that, as well as having conversation about what is currently going on with APM and the next succession line, based on the fact that we see Governor Bala Mohammed is someone who is very particular about the young. So you just stay right there with us. We'll be right back shortly after this break. Yeah, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Discourse. I am Samuel Odi. We're looking at Bauchi state politics as Governor Bala begins countdown amid succession. We all know that the 2027 general election is upon us, and I've been having this conversation with a youth advocate and a PRO of the APM political party, the newly created political party of Governor Bala Mohammed. I've been having this conversation with Farouk Abdul Razak, who has been, throwing more light and bringing to the public space the initiatives and projects and successes that His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State have had, starting from 2019 up to date, and also his succession plan. Um, Farouk, if you can hear me, you were talking to us about the initiative which you benefited from and how far you've grown, with the sense that when you started that program, you had no farmland, but now you have land and also you are investing your own resources. So walk us through how that initiative has benefited you and other people of Bauchi State.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is that this initiative impacted me by drawing my attention to join or to venture into farming. Before I can say that I'm not a farmer, but today I'm happy to be a farmer through the support or the exposure I got from this initiative. And uh, some of the benefit is that before I don't have a plot of land to farm, but having this opportunity to get the training, to get the grant support after the training, it gave me the opportunity to invest it more in farming, and then the revenue I generated from the farming, buy my own land and improve my farming abilities. And also through my farming abilities, I employ other people because I only supervise my farms. I don't used to farm. It is not a farm. It is not a farm labor. So other people also support me. So you can see indirectly, I employ other people through this initiative or support I got from His Excellency's government. And I know many other people too who share the same scenario with me. Previously, they are not farmers, but after uh, getting themselves in this initiative, today they are farmers, and it supported them through developing not only their life, their family, and their daily activities. So this is how this initiative support or develop me personally,
Okay. Well, with
contribute to my
everything you're
personal
telling
growth
us, that
personally.
means you're going against what other people from Bauchi State has been telling us about the fact that the promises that Bala Mohammed made during his campaign year in 2019 and that of the election of 2023, he's not fulfilling. But you
Mm.
are telling us otherwise and giving us testimonies of those successes that he, as a governor, has achieved. But let's move away from Governor. Bala Mohammed for a bit, but totally what we are still going to talk about still revolves around him, which is the APM. APM. Talk to us, you as a PR of that political party in Bauchi State. Tell us what the ideology of that party is, so as the Nigerian people would really have a knowledge of what this party stands for and what it's all about and what it's set to do with the leaders it's looking to, send into public offices.
Okay, Mr. Samuel, APM is called Allied People Movement, and is a new political party that our leader, our principal, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, recently joined. Dealing the crisis of his former party, that is the PDP. We all know Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed to be a PDP man. He loves PDP so much. He cares about PDP so much. But you see, as a politician, you cannot stand where crisis persists. You cannot stand to contest, especially court crisis, not just internal crisis. If to say it is internal crisis, we can set there are ways of reconciling or settling uh, the dispute. But these are legal issues. And these legal issues resulted to factions in the PDP. We have Wike's faction, we have Honorable uh, Kabiru Simon Utrakisan faction, which my principal, Governor Bilal Qadir Mohammed, belong to as well. So after the crisis persists, then Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, as an exposed and professional politician he is, we trust his ability, especially when it comes to politics, when it comes to political calculations, when it comes to political grassroots. So Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed decided to join the APM, Allied People Movement. And APM, it has a symbol of cassava. It has a cassava symbol. That is the APM. And this party, it stands to represent Nigeria best. And in Bauchi, we call it, it stands to represent Bauchi first. So Governor Abdul Qadir Mohammed joining APC is a strategic way of joining a party that has zero court crisis, and is also another strategy for him to dominate the leadership or the structure of the party, and for him not only to dominate but to be the national leader of that party, and so that he can be able to perform his political moves, his political strength without harassment, without facing any external or internal challenges. So these are how he arrived in joining the APM. And I want to tell you this, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed is a political party himself in Bauchi State. He is a political party himself in Bauchi State. So non-minding whatever political party he joined, Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed self is a political party. So I think this is how he arrived in coming to joining APM, and it doesn't just arrive or reach overnight. He started grassroots consultation from local government. Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed set various committee, both at the state level, at the local government level, and at the national level. And these committees are mandated with consulting the good people about this state. Are mandated in consulting the grassroots people about the state. They consulted, hear their opinions. I know before, you can remember there was a speculation of him joining the APC. There was another speculation of him joining the ADC. In fact, it is not a speculation. The ruling government, the ruling party, that is the APC, mount pressure or wanted him to join the APC, but he follows the decision of his people. He followed the decision of the good people of Bauchi State to join the APM, and that is how he arrived in joining this new political party. And as his mentee and as he is our principal, we all joined the party. And as him being a party itself, I'm telling you today, all people of Bauchi State are APM symbol and APM in political identity.
Okay, so how do you think now an election year is upon us? Do you think there's enough structure that can house this 2027 election? Because you see, the governor, Bala Mohammed, is someone that is very particular about youth involvement in politics. And from his nomination and the people that he has blessed to succeed him as governor, with the likes of Dr. Yakubu Adamu, who is someone very young, and also the deputy in the person of Mahmoud Baba Magaji, who is also someone that is fairly young. How would you describe youthful involvement in Bauchi State politics based on what we've seen on ground so far by the governor?
Okay, so in terms of Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed choosing his successor, who happened to be youth, and in terms of his youth inclusive plan or agenda in government is something that we can say we are proud of, and the youth constituency, not just in Bauchi State, appreciate it deeply. Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, he doesn't just bring a youthful successor, but he trusted every aspect of youthful agenda. He believes in the capacity, potential, and strength of youth. He executed all these potentials by bringing youth into government. Since from his inception, 2019 to date, you can bear me witness, you can do your research, you can make your study, whether underground study or whatever kind of study as a journalist or as a media man, to see that the officials under his cabinet who represent the larger percentage. The youth represent the larger percentage in His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed government. My local government chairman is just 31 years. I repeat, 31 years. And I work with and there are other local government chairman that are similar in age with my own local government chairman. Look at his commissioner. His successor, the gubernatorial successor, is his own commissioner of finance. He is a youth. His deputy, the successor deputy, Honorable Mahmoud Baba Maaji, he is the chairman of Bauchi local government, and he is the Algon chairman. He is the Algon chairman of the Bauchi state chairman. So can you see how His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed exhibit youth inclusivity in his administration since before this stage of choosing a successor? A lot of his advisors, his DGs, a lot of agencies and parastatals in Bauchi State are handled and overseen by experienced and well-deserved youth. So he bring his successors through consensus, and this consensus, I'm telling it, follow due process, because he used his political exposure, he used his political experience and grassroots acceptability in Bauchi State to go through consensus in all the elective offices in Bauchi State. From State Assembly, we have 31 State Assembly in Bauchi State. We have 12 House of Reps. We have 3 senators, and we have the gubernatorial candidate and his deputy. All these produce through consensus, and this consensus, it follow due process. It follow people's and stakeholders' decision of each constituency. But Governor Bala Muhammad doesn't just decide who emerged to be the state assembly member of a particular constituency, who emerged to be the House of Representative member representing a particular constituency, or senatorial, just like APC did. And they are saying they are doing primaries, but to be frank, this is not direct primaries. Rather, to call it direct enforcement or direct imposition of candidates without the will or acceptance of the people. So Governor Bola Abdul Qadir Mohammed succeeded in choosing his successors by bringing youth through his belief, love, and passion he has for youth, not just in
This
Bauchi State,
now
but in
at
Nigeria in
a
general.
larger scale. Looking at this at a larger scale now, Farouk. Okay, looking at Nigeria as a country, how do you think other state governors can actually pick up from this initiative? And I like the fact that you always highlight the fact that we can go and verify. Another individual that also makes comments and tell those in the media space to go verify is His Excellency Peter Obi, who always says that you can go and check, and you are also making the same bold statement that people can go and verify for themselves. So how do you think now these can translate into the larger scale as a country in Nigeria, so as other state governors and also even down to the presidency can have youth have hold more, which obviously Nigerian youths are highly populated and they hold a significant amount of numbers. So in terms of representations of the youth, how do you think the federal government can be able to expand and also have more youth being involved in what is happening?
So, Mr. Samuel, other state governors or the federal government can copy from our principal, His Excellency Dr. Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, by believing and trusting in the strength of youth. This can only happen through inclusion, through giving the youth the right chance they deserve. When you do not give a person an opportunity, you may not know whether that person is capable of delivering or whether that person has the professional expertise to deliver that particular role. Until when you bring someone in, you award him with a particular responsibility and you give him the mandate and then you study him. How did he handle that responsibility? Were him able to deliver? If he was able to deliver, then I believed you will come off with a mindset that he deserves another higher opportunity. In which, in just a brief, this is what it transcends in Bauchi State that His Excellency throws in the capacity and ability of youth. If to say he didn't bring youth into his government, there is no way that he will have this mindset or vision that so yes, young people can deliver role or can deliver such kind of responsibilities that he will even expect them to or give them this higher responsibility from serving as community, from serving as commissioners, from serving as chairman to gubernatorial candidate today. So the federal government can also copy or can develop this strategy by giving you chance in governmental affairs, by giving you chance in decision making, especially through the, let's say, 30% or 40% youth appointment in governance. But I can be frank and justice with the federal government. They try in another way of bringing youth into government. And I know some of the youth that are delivering, like our other principal as well, the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, Honorable Emmanuel Olawende, he is also a youth. In fact, he's the youngest serving minister in President Tinubu's government. And we trust his ability, we trust his capacity. He's representing the youth constituency very well. We are happy with his representation. And I believe even the president and the presidency are happy with his representation. So these are some of our ways and strategies for other governors or for the federal government to be able to believe or bring youth into governance or to copy from His Excellency Governor Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed succession plan or his ability to trust in the capacity of youth is by inclusion and by giving the youth responsibility. I believe the youth can deliver.
Quickly, before I let you go, as we're running out of time, is your party, the APM, forging any form of alliance with any other political party to deliver a candidate or to support a candidate for the 2027 presidential election? Is your party doing anything in that line so far?
So, Mr. Samuel, I will keep on repeating, telling you this. We trust in Bunobala Abdulkadir Mohammed's political ideology, political strategies, and political calculations. Even though it is not yet time to see that happening, because primary elections are still going on, especially in a state like Bauchi State, because APC is an opposition party in Bauchi State. It's only a state that APC has governors that currently were able to produce their consensus candidate. But you see in a state like Bauchi State that they don't have a leader in the state. Everyone is trying to show his strength. Everyone is trying to show his ability. So the consensus doesn't achieve in Bauchi State. So they are planning to go for direct primaries. And also, a party like ADC, they are yet to produce their gubernatorial candidate. I think it is only one party in Bauchi State that currently produce their gubernatorial candidate, which is the AAC. But all other strongest opposition parties like the APC and ADC are yet to produce their gubernatorial candidate. But I believe, primaries, one may emerge and one will definitely lose. So when others lose, I believe His Excellency, he has his own ways of aligning with other candidates from other parties to support him to gain more momentum so that we can win the 2027 general election under the APM. Like today, as I speak to you, just 1 hour ago, I saw one of the major and front lined APC gubernatorial aspirant in person of His Excellency Senator Shehu Buba Umar resigning, or his people resigning, including his SLA, his former and serving SLA. They both resigned today, just 1 hour ago. They resigned from All Progressive Congress, and he is one of the front-lined APC gubernatorial aspirant in Bauchi State. He happened to be the only elected member of the APC, that is the senator. He is the only elected senator on the APC in Bauchi State. He's the front-line aspirant. He served APC from 2023 to date, but he understands that the direct primary that is about to hold tomorrow, Thursday, will not favor him, so he resigned. So after the primaries, I believe other aspirants too will try to see how they can realign in order to favor their political aspiration or their political move, and also other aspirants from other
All right.
parties. So I believe Governor Bala
Thank you
Abdulkadir
very
will
much,
only.
Farouk, for taking our time to join us on today's edition of Discuss. Time is no longer our friend. I say you still have more to talk about, and I still have more questions to ask you, but we would continue that in maybe another time when you send me flight tickets to come to Bauchi State.
I will do, most definitely, inshallah.
Right. So this is how much time will
You will
permit
have
us
to
to
come
take
to
on
Bauchi
today's
to see for
edition
yourself.
of.
You will have to come to Bauchi to see for yourself.
All right,
And I will
I'm
arrange for
open
that.
to the
So
invitation.
that,
I'm open to the invitation. I would love to
so
come to
that it will
Bauchi.
not
I've
be
only passed
Papa
through
Farouk is
Bauchi, but I would
calling to the
love to
media to
visit
talk and lies and
Bauchi
other
next
things
time.
like that. Mm.
All right, and this is the size of today's edition of Discuss. My name is Samuel Odi, and then I'll see you again as we discuss further. Youthful inclusion in government is actually very key to the development of any state nor country. I'll see you again as we discuss further. Bye for now.